Good afternoon, Prinhound Dog. Croizo, welcome back to the channel. Here we are, Puzzle Combat once again, and just to revisit the beginner's guides. I haven't done a beginner's guide for a little while. This beginner's guide is considering the particular event, the target practice event. Now here we go into target practice. As you can see, there are lots of events and lots of special ops going on at the moment. All right, Commander, it's time for you to test your aiming skills. You have limited turns to finish this challenge. I'm assuming he's from the West Country, but I may be wrong. So here we are. So this is the target practice event, special ops. Basically, it's a bit different from other events. The first thing to say is, as you can see here, I have a healer. You do not need a healer at all. So there's literally no point in me taking a healer. I will say that damage over time works quite well, so Haruto and Thrasher both can be welcome. I'll probably keep Blunderbuss. Crockett as a booster is okay. I don't need to worry about putting on armour because the targets I'm shooting at do not fight back. So I'll actually probably drop Crockett because although he boosts attack, so does Thrasher, and I will take somebody else. Let's go for Stone, although... actually, no, let's go for Emma. There's no real particular logic to which basically you just want attacking heroes. Strong attacking heroes. It's still worth considering colour stacking a little bit, although the targets come in every colour, I believe. So there is no significant advantage. So on the early waves, you can see that the attacks are pretty effective. I have 15 turns to destroy the targets, and every time you destroy a target, you get an additional turn. So on this first one, you can see it's nice and easy. Nothing too horrifically tough here. The targets are burned, and there we go. Everybody dead. I'm happy. Success! Woohoo! And nothing too bad. Now, basically, you're doing this for skill books. The main reward for the target practice missions is skill books. As you can see, I've got uncommon skill books and common skill books. If I was to check my inventory, I can see that I have got under materials, promotion. No, maybe not. General. I can see that I have 2,891 common skill books and 1,148 uncommon skill books. So nothing very exciting about completing the first one. Let's go on to number 2. May as well just stick with the same team. There's no particular problem with what happened there. As you can see, if you get a 5 in a row or a 3 in a 4 in a row, 5 in a row, you get a different kind of thing on target practice. For example, if you get a 4 in a row, instead of getting a like one of those bullets that shoots along the line and takes that whole line, you get, well, actually these ones are doing that. If you get, basically everything you get gets you one of these sort of little funky target things that pops up. If you get 5 in a row, though, you get one with 2 little arrows either side of it, and that then takes out 3 whole rows of tiles, which can be really useful to do a lot of damage very quickly. As you can see, the targets are just standing there. They're not shooting back, so make sure you don't take a healer, as they have literally no value on the target practice events. So fast, so easy. And you may be thinking, what on earth is the point of this? You've got tons of things you already own. You've got nothing much to show for it. It's not exactly challenging, and the first few levels are like that. Now it does get a little bit harder, obviously, as you move on. So that time I was playing for 2 and 3 star manuals, training guides. I have plenty of 3-star training guides because you can farm those generally. Although I have a lot less of those than 1 and 2 star. And so we're going on to the 3-star training guides and the 4-star training guides, and we'll have a look at the importance of those in just a second as we go forward. So you can see it's getting a little bit harder now, still killing them relatively easy if my red tiles hit. You'll see there's another of those 5 in a row things, which are really useful because they just clear tons and tons of tiles. Never entirely understood why they only come up on target practice. Why target practice has its own set of rules, including the tiles. I get you know, I get the idea of target practice. I like it. I think it's a nice way to make the game a little bit different without causing any big issues to anyone. I just, yeah, like I said, I've never really understood why it is done in this way. You'll see now that I've 8 turns and 6 targets left to destroy. It starts getting to the point already where my number of targets is significantly higher. My number of targets is getting closer to the number of turns I have left. And if I can't hit a target or hit it with on-colour tiles, it can be a bit tricky, but there we are. So I now have 7 turns, to try and destroy these guys. Although I do, as I say, get extra turns for every target. You can see the turns right up at the top of the screen. 7 turns, 2 targets. Pretty comfortable still. Nothing too horrific. But this is because I am relatively experienced and have some pretty powerful heroes. So here we go. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. All dead. Hurrah. 6 turns left. Pretty healthy. Now you'll see this time I've got an epic skill book, which is a level 4 skill book and a 4-star skill book and a 2 of the 3-star skill books. Now in this case, when I go into my inventory and look at, not alliance, beg your pardon, let's click on inventory. You can see that epic skill book is literally the only one I've got. Epic skill books are incredibly hard to come by. Or at least and you use them up so quickly. Legendary skill books are actually, I have 9 of those and I have no epic skill books. Because as you can see, if I wanted to level up a hero's special skill, a lot of them, let's see whose is there that I could point out. I need one whose special skill isn't already maxed out. So if I went into Emma, for example, I need 2 epic skill books to improve her next level of skill, and I don't even have that. They go so quickly, the 4-star skill books, and the 5-star skill books actually don't tend to go as quickly because it's only the sort of upper skills that need the 5-star skill books. So you don't tend to use quite as many, particularly if you're leveling up a few 5, 4 and 3 stars. So it really is worth doing this event. It's this special ops on target practice. It's amazing how often you will need them. So here we are. The last one is actually worth an epic skill book and a legendary skill book, both of which, as I said, are particularly rare. So let's see how we go with the old. Oh, there we are. Nice fruity move there. That was particularly juicy, I must say. 5 in a row is always good. I think this next move will set me up for another 5 in a row, but I may be wrong. Let's see what happens. Yep, there we go. Sometimes it's really obvious, and I should be able to say straight away, oh, that's going to be a 5 in a row. But for some reason, my brain isn't really functioning today. I think I am just a little bit on the tired side. It's been a very, very busy couple of days for me. Having lots of fun, I must admit, but still very, very busy. Tiles going off left, right, and centre. You can see this one it's actually still going fairly comfortably. You can see, as I say, as they don't shoot back, if you haven't already worked this out, there's no point in taking healers or anyone who puts armour on you, unless they do a lot of damage as well, because like Haruto does add armour to you, but that's not his like primary function, if you see what I mean. So like Haruto does armour himself up. The armour is pointless for these, but it's not really his main skill. His main skill is the flame thing. Here we go. As you can see, plenty of tiles going off. Nice. Again, I got another of these 5 in a row, which clears 3 whole rows of columns of tiles, I should say. Try and get my terminology correct. Columns, not rows. And there we go. So it's not, once you've got a reasonably strong hero team, it's not too bad at all. Worth considering, I mean, on my battle items there, I had time stops, which no point in taking time stops at all. You do need flame bombs can be really useful, as can grenades, flashbangs, things like that. They can just, anything which does damage to targets very quickly. The tranquilizer darts are really good because you can hit, if there's one target left and you've got to kill it quickly, that's a good way of doing it. Mana things, basically anything which boosts your attack. And you'll see I get 1 legendary skill book, which takes me up to 10 legendary skill books, and 2 epic skill books, which would mean that were I to return, come on. Oh, amazing! Not many can finish the training course like you. There we are. So, obviously, West Country Boy, they're impressed. And because I've now destroyed 100 targets, I get a special bonus chest, which contains some 3-star craft weapons are quite useful. I'll get something from dismantling them, hopefully, enough to level up a weapon. So, the craft weapons, 3-star and above, are particularly, quite reasonably useful. So, they'll hopefully come in handy. So, all in all, very worth doing, very useful thing to do, and not hugely difficult for the rewards it offers as a return. So definitely want to consider. So now if I go to my Emma that I was looking at, my duplicate Emma, and I go to level up, you can see I now have, after all that, oh no, sorry, wasn't the button I wanted to press. Go duplicate Emma. I now can learn another level of her special skill, and then immediately I need to do the last 2 levels of her special skill, levels 9 and 10. I will need 6 epic skill books and 4 legendary ones, which is why the epic ones are the ones that run out quickest, and you do seem to be, or at least I particularly seem to be permanently short of those. So I would definitely always recommend it is worth completing the target practice operation, and that is why I will be sorry, can't talk. I will be classing this one as a beginner's guide, because really it's something that you should be aiming for as soon as possible, and it is worth using, although I didn't have to there, it's worth using things like grenades and stuff like that just to get those epic and legendary skill books. Anyway, I hope there was something useful in there for everyone. As I am now a monetized YouTuber, if I can ask you to consider watching the adverts and things like that. I'm not entirely sure how these things work, but basically just do whatever it takes to get me paid. That would be much appreciated. Please do remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Any questions or any videos that you would particularly like me to do, please do ask. I'm quite happy to offer advice on any subject to do with the game. I wouldn't offer advice on personal lives because I'm not particularly good at such things. And it just remains for me to say thank you very much for watching, and may death come swiftly to your enemies. Take care of yourselves. Wishing you all the best. Farmer Ben saying, Hova, goodbye.